Right, so exciting news. We've got Vincent Simone coming to the Beck Theatre in Hayes on the 20th of September with his show, The Ballroom Boys. And Vincent joins us on the line now. Hi, Vincent.
Hello, buongiorno.
Now, Vincent, can you give us a quick reminder, a quick overview perhaps of your time on Strictly, who your partners were, the highlights of that time on the show?
Yes, sure. Well, Strictly is probably the biggest show on the planet as we speak. I was blessed to be involved in the show for about 8 years. I had several amazing celebrities. My first one was Louisa Lytton. She was in EastEnders. And then I had Stephanie Beacham. I had Rachel Stevens. I had Felicity Kendall, Edwina Curry, Danny Harmer. And I made the final twice. So I've been lucky enough to make the final, which is, unbelievable when you think there were 16 contestants. My highlights was actually making the final, but mainly to the amazing performances with the music acts, people like Beyonce or Michael Bublé, together with Flavia, and to be the first couple ever perform the Argentine tango live on TV ever. So yeah, and I have more obviously, but those are the main ones.
And going to Blackpool, I assume, is a highlight of each series as well.
Yes, it is. Obviously, as a professional dancer, as a competitor, I used to go to Blackpool 3-4 times a year. But to go with a big TV show like Strictly, it was amazing. The organization and the hard work that goes into it, you can tell from the TV show the way it looks. But yeah, making it into Blackpool, it's one of the goals of being involved in that show.
Give us an idea of how large that production is then. How many people are on that show? I mean, as you say, it's a huge production.
Yes. I mean, the first years when I was involved, we didn't have any props or any special effects as such. As the show evolved, you can see now they build big sets for each performance. And the amount of people, there must be at least 15 people to run onto the dance floor and build a new set with new, fireworks and so on in the space of 2 minutes, if that, while they run the VT about the couple. So it's unbelievable what these people can do in such a short time. And, people at home will never know the amount of work goes into it, but they're brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
So you're joining up with Ian Waite, and
yes,
remind us about his Strictly journey.
Yeah, Ian Waite joined Strictly a few years before me. We used to compete against each other, even though we are different age categories, way much older than me. No, I'm only joking. He's a bit older than me. So we used to compete. I was like a youth in those times, and he was already amateur, and he became professional way before me. He joined Strictly, did really well, especially with the people like Zoe Ball, Penny Lancaster, which is Rod Stewart's wife. He did amazing results, and people remember him because he's the tallest dancer on the planet. I am the shortest dancer on the planet, so that's why putting this show together, the two of us, it's value for money just to see us two together next to each other on stage.
And let's chat about this show then. So you had the show in 2019, and you're also touring in 2021 after the huge break for COVID. What can we see in this show?
Well, what we love about this show, it's a variety show. The one thing I'm mostly proud is when we get lots of women coming to watch the show and they have to drag their husbands along at times. And the husbands are not really dance fanatic, as you can imagine. But the most compliments we had is actually from the husbands, the men, because they didn't expect there was going to be such an entertaining show. Of course, we have amazing dancing. We have lots of ballroom, Latin American dances. We're taking people into a journey from the Hollywood Hills into some romance, into dramatic and passionate dances like the Argentine tango. I will be performing 2 Argentine tangos. We have an amazing singer with a voice of an angel, which, adds a lot to the show. And then there's lots of interaction with the audience. Myself and Ian will be doing a couple of dances together, which they're very much comedy dances. So there's more entertainment. So all in all, especially after, like you said, after this pandemic, for me, for the price of the ticket, to have an amazing fantasy fairy tale nights out from your house, it's brilliant. It's really good for the soul. So people enjoyed the first show we did, they're going to enjoy this one even more because we made it bigger and better.
That sounds great. And how have you spent lockdown? Have you managed to keep training and keep fit and things?
Yeah, I've been lucky. I've been very lucky. I've always been lucky all my life. I've been extremely lucky during this lockdown because I have, first of all, I have 2 children, as far as I know, and they're both in Spain. So I managed to get the last flight to Spain before everything kicked off. So I spent literally 18 months in Spain, which obviously you can't complain. It rhymes as well. The weather and, the food and all of that helped a lot. The dancing was the thing I struggled the most, not to be able to do what I've done since I was 8 years old. But I've been lucky because I found a professional dancer that lives about 10 minutes away from my little village in Spain. And we actually competed against each other 25 years ago in Sweden at a European championship, Latin American championship. So we found each other, and that was my green card, the fact that I could go to her and rent a room and just dance.
Yeah.
So that helped me a lot.
So just to remind everybody, it's the Ballroom Boys coming up on the 20th of September, which is a Monday night at the Beck Theatre. Tickets are still available from becktheatre.org.uk.
People that will come, they won't regret it. It's a very much an entertaining show. It's a really great night out. So please come and watch us.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for chatting to us today on Uxbridge FM, Vincent. Cheers.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Uxbridge FM.